Hello, KBD Army Rail fans. This is it, the final trains of the month for 2025 to come. So you already know we have to do something special. Before we get into what I'm about to show you guys, I just want to state something real quick. Back in January of 2025, where this whole year all started, it was the Plant City Rail Fest, and we only saw one train, but there was something on it that caught my eye. My favorite engine type of all time was second engine, and that is the first time I've ever seen that engine type in my life. And I've rail fan for 12 years. Ever since that moment, I want to say, 2025 has been quite the year. I must present to you the train winner of each month of 2025. This train you saw here was January, February. The reason is because this is the most cinematic and viewed train of 2025. Most iconic train of 2025. And this was my first train of Lakeland before I made this a proper rail fanning spot for myself. This one's quite the icon, and could carry its way to 2026. March. The reason was because this was my first ever SD70 Mac flared engine and my first ever SD70 Mac to ever lead a train on the history of my channel. This train was videoed on spring break time, and I went back to school knowing I caught my favorite locomotive for the second time, not only trailing but leading. By the way, I was so close to missing this train. It is a miracle we caught this. This train winner emerges from the shadows, April. Now, I know we went to Folkestone this same month, but that doesn't count. That would be train event winner. The reason this made train winner of the month is because, well, the first reason is obvious. Kansas City Southern leading, so this is a foreign power train. And also, this is a phosphate as needed train. I completely forgot what the route name was, but you can go find it in my April section. Lastly, this isn't your normal engine. This had a foul K5 LLA. The winner of May has to be one of, if not the best, of them all. So around April, I switched from the SD70 Mac to the SD70 Ace being my favorite. This was a BNSF SD70 Ace. Keep in mind, I've never seen BNSF in my entire life. So this was peak foreign power, and it was an SD70 Ace, something we never get down to where I live. And it was leading with that scrumptious K5 LLA. Again, go watch all these videos. 100% earns train winner of the month. The June winner is quite a beautiful one. It emerges from the trees and flies down through Loftman with my second favorite engine leading. It had the most beautiful horn. It's just the only flaw was my camera was on running mode, so it looked a bit muffled. We did absolutely nothing in July. I mean shit. August. This was my first ever flat Mac leader, and the paint was still on its old job. The September winner was a jackpot. This was 4720, the flared Mac Heritage unit. September had to be one of the best, I gotta say. Because I've been hunting this same engine down for so long, I've been trying to go to Plant City and Auburndale and Lakeland multiple times, but all I had to do was just go somewhere that was like 5 miles away. The October winter wasn't the best, but it was still good. It was a triple header in Florida. This was L743. Definitely rare, that's why it made it onto this list, but October wasn't the best. The November winner was kind of just an EMD. It was a cinematic shot of a GP38, and probably the most fouled horn I've ever seen on one too. Oh look, the number is the year. And of course, the December winner still remains unknown, but we're about to find out. It's Auburndale, Florida. We're only imminent to see about 2 trains. 2 Amtraks in Auburndale. Super simple. Literally just an hour of staying there and 2 trains. But today we're doing something different. You might be pretty familiar with what we're about to do here based on what I'm showing you now and what I posted in a YouTube short recently. I finally bought myself a drone so we can get bird's eye views of trains. Finally, a different camera angle, but it slightly decreased the quality of the real first-person point of view video because I wasn't using my phone camera. I was using a pretty old cheap camera. The frames are still the same, it's just we were only recording in 180p. I usually record my trains in 4K. This thing can go 120 meters in the sky and 150 meters away from me before the camera loses connection. But in total, if you still had your eyes on it, you could go 600 meters away from you. That is crazy for such a little device. We're literally watching the sunset behind the trees, in the sky. We are currently waiting on Amtrak 41 to video the first train ever on this channel on drone in the bird's eye view. We got my camera set up and the drone right where I need it. And I'm obviously not behind the camera of the real life view because I'm operating the drone. Let's watch Amtrak fly through here. The frames weren't the best, but let's look at what the drone got. There's no point in even showing the rest. We completely and utterly fumbled that shit. Both of us. I fumbled the worst. The camera on my drone wasn't updating, and it only updated when the engine power was going past, so I didn't see what I was supposed to video. The camera was literally lagging for the last 15 seconds, and then it updated when the engines went past. When it lags, it completely cuts out. Nonetheless, it sucked. But luckily, we still have one more chance to give it a shot. We still have Amtrak 98 coming, and we still have one more shot to see if we can get both the first-person camera view right and the drone view right. But while I was waiting, I decided to go 100 and something meters in the sky and video what it's like to view Auburndale from a bird. This is about 45 meters in the sky, and you can see everything. So you just how flat Florida is. But right now we're waiting on Amtrak 98 and we're planning on what view we should try to get. My plan is I'm going to wait for the train to come and then I'm going to follow it as it goes past me. What the cameraman needed to fix is that the frames weren't set to 60. So we regrouped and remade this operation. Amtrak PO98 is creeping up the Auburndale Hill. You can hear my drone buzzing, ready for position, and my cameraman has started the video on the correct frame. This is the last train of 2025. Success. The camera didn't lag, and I caught the train perfectly, and I followed it without lag. Of course, that train wins Trains of the Month for December, because it was my first ever train successfully caught with a drone. And there are many other videos to come. There may have only been 2 lousy Amtraks in this month, but think of it this way. We had such a great year in the past. Look at all we've accomplished. And think of these captures as a little taste of for what 2026 has to present to us next year. My name is Coppers Bus Dexter, real name Liam Bailey, and I will see you guys next year. Thank you guys so much for this journey. Closing 2025.